What's going on, fam? I am Brooke Ashley, your health and image coach. And I wanted to talk about as we approach the end of this year. As we approach the end of 2022, there are a couple of things I want you to consider. One of the things is the amount of noise, traffic, sales articles, sales pitches, the imagery that's put in front of you, the expectations, the things that are asked of you. These are all things that it takes us from simply functioning on an ordinary day to being in like this hyperdrive kind of mode, where your hyperdrive is taking you to a point of spending money you don't have. Your hyperdrive is taking you to a point of kicking it with people you can't stand. Your hyperdrive is taking you to a point of being nice in ways that you don't even think necessary on a regular day. But because we in this Christmas season, all of a sudden there's just this new level of niceness that has to go around. So I am coming to you because this is actually the best time for you to become quiet. This is the best time for you to begin to enter into a very deep meditative state. What do you mean, Brooke Ashley? I'm glad you asked. So when it comes to being in a deep meditative state, I am not talking about necessarily always sitting down, cross-legged, ooming and ahming and listening to a bunch of chats and all that shit. No, that's important, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about quieting yourself so that you can hear or get in tune with this internal connection, with this internal awareness. This is how you set yourself up for success as you get ready to go into a new year. Because if your mind is completely discombobulated, the date changing is not going to change your mind from being completely discombobulated. With that said, this is the perfect time for consistency and quietness. Write that down. Consistency and quietness. This is where you have to set a standard for yourself for the next however many days are left in the month. This is where you have to set the standard of blessing yourself with quietness. Whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whether it's a quick walk around the block, whatever the case may be, that time of quietness needs to be just for you. You wouldn't believe the things that would be revealed to you in those moments of quietness. So take the time to sit in that quietness. Even if you are moving, you can still quiet the mind by focusing inward, by focusing on your breath, by focusing on the things around you and actually sitting back and truly being observant. This is the time for that. Next, write this down. I need you to open your mind and close your mouth. When you close your mouth, it opens your eyes and your ears and all of your other senses like 10 times over. So when you decide to shut the fuck up, you would be surprised at what actually comes to you and what you will see as your truth. So I encourage you to shut up, close your mouth, start listening more, start observing more, start seeing what's going on in and around you. Open your mind, meaning Most of the time we're moving so much and so fast that we don't even get a chance to think about our own thoughts. Like, why am I thinking like that? Why do I feel that way? Who is this person to me? Why do they matter? Why does it matter? Who am I? What do I want out of life? What do I want to set myself up for in the coming year 2023? These are questions and things you get to ask yourself, and you get to have conversation with yourself about when you open your mind and you shut your mouth. Lastly, while you're in a state of meditation, whether you're moving or whether you're sitting still, cross-legged, whatever the case may be, alignment with clarity. That's something that you should be asking for. Whether it's the universe, God, whomever it is you pray to, clarity. Align me with where I need to be, God. Where am I out of alignment? What am I in need of? And get to the root of it. Because a lot of the times we realize and recognize that we are out of alignment, but then we're not willing to be honest with ourselves about the root of the issue. You're not out of alignment because you don't have money in the bank. You're out of alignment because you have a spending problem. You're not out of alignment because you're stressed. You're out of alignment because you are allowing other people to run your life and you have turned yourself into a yes man instead of valuing your no. Get to the root. You have to really dominate this thing by being completely and utterly honest with yourself. And the reason why a lot of the time you are out of alignment is because you are not aligning with your purpose. It ain't rocket science. I said something in the little video a couple days ago. I was talking about, your purpose is something that you can't run away from even if you tried. Even if you wanted to, even if you didn't want to be great at that thing, it's what you're great at. You can't help it. You hop up and you help people because you were meant to be in the field of giving. You are that kind of person. You can't help it that when you're in a meeting, you have an opinion. Because you are a person who has the ability of an orator. You can't help it that when you speak, people listen. Because you have a gift of discernment. It's not rocket science. These are things that come to you so naturally. And when you doing these things, you feel so happy. That's because you in alignment, boo. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It ain't hard. But here's the thing with that. Sometimes we try to force our own hand. And when you force your own hand, then that's when you start to lose sight of those clarities. And you're out of alignment with clarification and purpose and focus. So while you're sitting there being quiet, while you're shutting your mouth and opening your mind, baby steps, ask for that clarity. Ask for where are you out of alignment? Like, these are the things, when we get ready to go into the new year, we're thinking of all of these wonderful, exciting things, and like everything in the year before is just gonna go away. No. You have to be very intentional about those things being removed from your life. And the only way you become intentional about those things is for you to meditate on them and figure out what the hell they are. And figure out who the hell they are. I'm not sitting here trying to sound smart or nothing, but I'm just trying to put a little sense to common sense. And also because of experience, these are things that I do every day. Every day. And if I miss a day, I feel weird. And I gotta make it up to myself. Either later on that night with a meditation and prayer or some I am affirmations or whatever the case may be. I got to bring something into my life, baby, that's speaking to my meditative state. That's bringing me into alignment with awareness. And so I just encourage you this week, this rest of this month, to be consistent in your quietness. To open your mind and close your mouth. And to ask for clarity in the areas of where you are not in alignment. It's Brooke Ashley. Peace.